Live from the Northeast Comedy Cabaret, it's the Back to the Humor Show with your host, Logan.
And we're back with Back to the Humor. My name is Logan. We're here with Erin Mulville, who placed in the Get Offended competition at Connie Strickerack over the weekend.
But I couldn't come close to the offensive comedy that is Logan. I could barely get in second place.
So did you write all new jokes for that?
No, I went through the jokes that I had, the jokes that I never do in front of a crowd because they bomb.
Right.
But I knew that they would do well in the offended comedy contest.
Oh, I'm glad that we did the same exact thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how do you feel like a lot of that stuff is when you first started writing jokes. So, like, how do you feel you've progressed as a comedian?
I think that I've taken an idea that I find funny and tried to make it relatable and real, and then get into the horrible, offensive, nasty stuff. Like, you have to kind of hook people in with the realness before you horrify them with the disgusting.
How long have you been a comedian?
I've been a comedian for about 2.5 years, since April of 2009.
And up until now, what is your greatest comedy
Achievement? My greatest comedy...
It doesn't have to be like winning something. It could be like a moment that you wrote a joke and you were like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah, I did a pretty cool show. I went up to New York with a couple of my colleagues from my real job, my day job, and it just so happened that I got hooked up to do a show at Broadway Comedy Club. It was just like a showcase show, and it was a really good vibe. The whole crowd was great, but to do that in front of people that don't know me as a comedian was really cool. For them to see me in that light was really neat.
So, what are your influences? I mean, who do you really take from?
I mean, as far as who I like, I'm a huge Louis C.K., Bill Burr, but I'm influenced by people who can write something in a way that it's completely normal and everyday, but can write it in a way that, the vocabulary's on point, like Brian Regan, Paul F. Tompkins. I just like the way they use vocabulary in a way that just changes the mundane into something awesome.
What do you do in your day job?
I am Dean of Students.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm the hammer.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, do you feel that being a female comedian has affected your career in any way? For good or bad?
I mean, it's always cool. I get to meet a lot of cool people. There's a lot of awesome chicks in comedy, a lot of awesome dudes in comedy. I mean, I feel that it's been an asset in the sense that, everyone always, they feel like you need a girl in every show, so I like being a part of a show where, they might think like, oh, we need a girl, but the girl ends up being pretty good. And I like to kind of change people's idea about female comedians, because there's not a lot of people that dig them.
No.
It's
Why do you think that is? Why do you think a lot of people don't
because I think that people, that have made it in comedy sometimes use that as a crutch. I'm a girl and blah blah blah. It's like the jokes have to be funny first. The gimmick can't carry all the way through. It has to be funny first. The writing has to be solid, and everything else is great.
Well, thanks for coming out. It's been great having you.
Nice work.
And we're gonna do some other stuff too.